Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube, baby. We are going to be taking a quick peek at Nervos Network, CKB. Before we do, though, I just want to go ahead and say how thankful I am for all of you guys. I've had a lot of people kind of checking in and checking up with me, make sure everything's all good. I do appreciate that. Things couldn't be going better in my life, to be honest with you. Really, it's such an honor to have that type of close knit relationship with the audience. So for all of you checking in on me, I totally appreciate it. I've taken the last 3 or 4 weeks off and have really reduced my involvement with social media, primarily just to kind of detox from things. Really, it's important to step aside and step away from social media. When you start spending too much time on social media, you can get burned out really easy. So, to be honest with you guys, after cranking out 300 plus videos in 6 months, I was kind of feeling the burnout effects happening. And I knew that if I didn't take a break from video production, things like that, as far as YouTube goes, that it could really weigh on me in many ways. So, especially because I own a video production company on the side of this, a lot of my days and nights are spent in video editing suites, stuff like that. So really, it was very beneficial for me to just kind of take a step back from social media, just kind of recharge the batteries. I'm feeling good about coming back to make you guys videos. I'm going to try to do at least 1 or 2 a day. We'll see where things go. But it's a beautiful Saturday. Not really. It's raining here, but I hope it's beautiful wherever you guys are at in the world. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and fire up the CKB chart, because that's why we're all here, right? So CKB, folks, is at a very important part, or a very, very important time, I should say. Right now, we are seeing CKB at a significant, crucial support level. This level right in here at the penny to 0.011 is tremendous. So we've seen CKB really rely on this support level as a last resort several times several times previously. One being back in May, then we got a nice 100% rally. We didn't really see that happen in June, but July rolled around. We did see a very nice rally after that. September, we saw this line, or this threshold again, and then we saw another 200% rally here. So what is it that we are seeing right now? Well, we are seeing these highs become lower, and we are seeing the lows becoming higher, which means CKB is squeezing on a multi-year schedule. So with that said, the fact that we can stay solvent at this penny level is so tremendous. And I do think that CKB might be fixing to quite possibly move to 3 cents. And we'll get into that in just a second. Prior to this, CKB had a really nice symmetrical triangle formation, bull flag that had formed. With this last leg down, that has kind of changed the appearance of this symmetrical triangle. But I can assure you that we are still technically trading within this symmetrical triangle. And we know this because we can draw our trend lines on the charts to support this theory. So CKB is squeezing. That's a good thing. We're slow motion trading sideways, building up that base for the next move up, really is what we're doing. So with that said, I expect that CKB could possibly return to these 3 cent level, somewhere in there, maybe the high twos. And I'm saying that because, it just makes sense. Now we are at the lower portion of this symmetrical triangle. As long as we can hold it, really the only way we can move is up. There is something that I do want to test here. And really, I'm interested at the point where I'll draw a Fibonacci extension, and I'm interested in seeing where that extension, specifically the 786, interacts with this part of the symmetrical triangle, this upper part. So let's go ahead and draw that up. Okay. So right now we can see that early April, we may have some sort, man, I would say, I would say CKB is fixing to move to 2.5 cents to 3 cents. If this thing starts rallying, we could see something within the next month. If we get a nice staircase rally like we had last September, something like this, I do think that it would be possible for CKB to maybe reach these 3 cent levels quite possibly. I do think that it's not out of the picture, but this thing may in fact be really holding off for the 61.8 possibly. It's going to be a tough one, folks. I think sometime in April, possibly early April, we might be seeing CKB test the 61.8 to 786 levels. As long as the market stays healthy and things stay solvent, let's go ahead and just throw up a little time sequence. I'm interested in this swing high to this swing low. And this is what's interesting about this. If we look back in hindsight, obviously technical analysis is not bulletproof 100%. We all know this, but it really allows us to kind of put our fingers on the pulse, especially when it comes to using Fibonacci. One of my favorite tools that everybody should learn. So Fibonacci kind of gave us a time frame of when we might see a market top, which was right around the 0.033 cent-ish level. Now we hung around this level for quite some time, as you can see, a couple weeks, and then the bottom kind of fell off, and boom, what do you know? We've got a reversal point, February 26th, and it does look like, hey, the market pulled a reversal within a couple days of this Fibonacci time sequence. So that gives me some pretty decent hopium that we might in fact see a true reversal happen here. Now, there's one thing that I want to do here, and that's just to measure this swing low to this swing high. And then I want to throw back up our extension. And this is very interesting to me that this April 7th interacts with the 786 and this upper trend line. So right around April 9th, somewhere in there. Are we going to see this 2x up to 3 cents? Well, damn, it's kind of looking like it's certainly possible. I mean, let's just look at what happened last April. Last April, once April rolled around, it was all downhill. But we can see how CKB definitely has the potential to really make these upward staircase climbs rather quickly. So is CKB going to make it to 3 cents by, April 7th, April 8th, somewhere in there? I really have my doubts that it will. But I do think that April 8th, April 7th, somewhere in that time frame might be an important date to really keep your eyes open on CKB for a potential reversal point, especially if this thing starts going parabolic for whatever reason. It could be that we are just seeing a symmetrical triangle squeeze, which we are seeing right now on this 4-hour chart. We are seeing a symmetrical triangle squeeze, which is usually an indication that the previous trend will continue. However, you can see that we have really filled out a nice ABCDE corrective wave to the downside. So we've completed that process of this cycle. And so I do think that right now it's going to get iffy. But you never know. We might cruise up to this 2 cent area and we might pull a reversal, might come down here and the floor might drop out again. and we might not have another reversal point until April. We just have to wait and see. And there's so many factors right now that really makes TA difficult. And really, it's this concept of World War III. It's the war in Ukraine. It's the Fed meetings. It's really a dicey time for high finance. So, with that said, let's just go ahead and break CKB down on a super high level. And then we're going to look at Bitcoin really quickly as well. So, with that said, short term, I really wouldn't be surprised to see CKB. Man, CKB might run up to this 0.0135 ish area. I'd say that we are going to trade in between 0.009 and 0.0135 ish. We'll have to just kind of wait to see what this symmetrical triangle squeeze does. For the moment, I know that's probably not the best thing you're going to hear on this video because CKB is just kind of squeezing right now. But let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Here we go. Here's Bitcoin. So what exactly is going on with Bitcoin, folks? I'm liking this setup with Bitcoin right now. And here's why. Because we have kind of started to see somewhat of an ascending triangle possibly form. We can see that there might be some sort of significant resistance right around this level. But now we can see that these lows are continually getting higher. And the second that these lows go lower than the previous low or high, I should say, the previous high low, that's when I will have some concern. But right now, Bitcoin just shook a nasty bear leg. And this, if I think that most traders would agree with me by saying that when we see a nasty sell-off like this, symmetrical triangle form, there's a damn good chance that we are going to see the sell-off continue, right? So the fact that Bitcoin, the last 8 hours, has really kind of shaken that is somewhat inspiring. So we have that right now. And I do think that if we can get some sort of ascending triangle building up or some sort of sideways trading momentum like this, all of a sudden, we're talking early April. If this shapes out to be a ascending triangle, damn, the market is going to bang. And that point that we just noted around April 8th, April 9th with CKB might be an indicator that, hey, Bitcoin might be getting rally. Tongue-tied, baby. I'm so tongue-tied right now. Bitcoin might be getting ready to rally. There, I got it out. How about that? So really, that's kind of my take on Bitcoin. If you see Bitcoin really fluttering below 7,800, maybe 7,600-ish, somewhere in there, this theory could very well possibly be quashed. We're running 15 minutes on the video, folks. I didn't intend for it to really last that long. But really, that's kind of my take on the market right now. Bitcoin is trading sideways. CKB is trading sideways. We got to really watch this April 8th time frame for something possibly big to start happening. Obviously, if Bitcoin starts taking off, we might see some of these alts like CKB follow suit. So big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys for being there for me. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I just wish everybody the best wherever it is that you are at in the world. Talking about this whole Ukraine crisis and Russian crisis, that folks, you just have to remember, I know it's very easy to just start boycotting, um, like, Russian products, things like that. Excuse me. I just want to go ahead and say it's not the people that hate each other, it's the governments that hate each other. Straight up. Young people fighting old men's war. You guys get the drift. So, wherever you're at in the world, if you need help, if you're over there, let me know. Might be able to help organize something. But big shout out to everybody. Smash that like button. Let me know in the comments section where you think the market's going to go. And we'll see you guys all on the next video.